So you can start the tap by hand. So now we can just insert that little sausage down through the damaged thread hole. And what we're going to do is we're going to push it down on the outside here. Now for the third thread repair technique, we're going to be drilling this one a little bit oversized and using these little M6 bead lock screws from Cartmaster. Hey guys, welcome back to the Power Public YouTube channel. Today's video is a race day survival series, how to repair damaged bead lock screws. We're going to use 3 different methods here today, so let's get into the video. So you're at the track and you found you've got a damaged bead lock screw, or you just can't get them to move, whatever. Sometimes it's as simple as running an M5 tap through the original hole just to clean out any sort of corrosion that may have formed in the hole, and then you back on. So let's show you how to do that first. So the first thing we're going to do is remove our problematic bead screw. Now for all these jobs you will need to remove the tire. Then we're going to grab a 5mm tap. This is just a metric standard tap, and I like to just spray a little bit of multi-purpose lubricant so the tap goes in nice and smooth. So you can start the tap by hand just on the back, and you can see that that screws in there pretty easy. If it is a little bit tight, you can just get yourself a little shifter and turn it that way as well. Wash the hole out with a bit of workshop solvent or brake cleaner. Dry the hole off with a rag, and you're ready to reinstall the bead screw now. So to prevent this from happening again, the boss move is to get yourself a little bit of rubber grease. You can put a little bit on the thread and a little bit on the O-ring there, stop it from drying out. And now we're ready to reinstall the bead lock screw back in the wheel. And it screws in like a dream. Now if you're at the track and you get stuck, oh man, we've got the next race, only got 5 minutes there, it's quick, got to get the cart ready. Okay, we've got this great product from Sellies, it's called Knead It. It's like a epoxy resin or something. You cut a little bit off, mix it together on your hands, apply it to the wheel, it sets like a rock, you can machine it, it's hard as nails, and it repairs those damaged threads in a heartbeat. And I'm going to show you how to do it right now. Now this is a particularly messy job, so I've got myself some gloves because safety never takes a holiday. Alright, so this is the Knead It product. Just comes in a little bit of a tube here, it's got some instructions, whatever. But all we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves a knife and we're going to cut ourselves off a little bit off the end. I don't know if you can see that on the camera guys, but we've got the grey on the outside and the black on the inside. That's the 2-part epoxy sort of setup, and what we do there is we peel off the plastic on the outside. Okay, so now you've got your little chunk removed from the main bar. You just got to knead the 2 parts together. Now I've got a little workbench here, so you can put it down there and squash the 2 together. And basically it's going to make a chemical reaction with this stuff, and it's going to set hard as a rock. So when we put it on our wheel, it's going to fix up our little hole and we can go out there and win the next race. Because that's what it's all about, race day survival, is just getting the job done so that we can get out there in the next race and win, dominate, generally show everybody who's boss. So now we've got the product all mixed together. It's gone sort of more of a uniformed, darker shape, and we're ready to start pushing it into that damaged thread on the wheel. So first up, what we're going to do is grab ourselves a little piece of the Knead It and make a little sausage. So now we can just insert that little sausage down through the damaged thread hole. And what we're going to do is we're going to push it down on the outside here. And then you want to make sure that you've pushed enough of the material down through the damaged hole. And then you can work this side and just squash it back down. Because we want to just make sure that that hole is all sealed up, so when we go out on the track we've got no leaks. You can see the products coming through there. Now I've left the damage, or what's left of the damaged thread, in the hole so that it can sort of bind the Knead It stuff to the threads and stop it from coming out as well. Just peen that over like so. Push through as much as you need. Just keep working the product, that'll make it go a bit harder as well. And then hopefully there's no air bubbles in there. And you're good to go. Now if there is a little bit of leftovers here, you can wait for it to harden and you can just file that down. Otherwise, scratch off the excess. Just like so. And then maybe, you know, we might just put a little dab extra. And just pretty it up, because, you know, once we get the rim repaired, we've got to be able to get the tyre back up over this, so we don't want to leave a big booger there. Otherwise the rubber might get stuck on it and make it really hard to change those tyres. So a little bit of extra material here added on for strength, and we can just rub that down with a bit of sandpaper, flip it over, same thing here, just pat that down. That's all the way through that hole, and that can stay in there because it's not going to affect anything. And then we can just make sure that we've got this little guy all set up. And that's how to repair damaged thread at the track. Now for the third thread repair technique, we're going to be drilling this one a little bit oversized and using these little M6 bead lock screws from Cartmaster. Okay, so the first step is to get yourself a 5mm drill bit and drill out the old thread from the wheel. So before we're going to tap the hole, there's a little bit of a step here in the rim, in the bead screw. So I'm just going to get a 10mm drill bit, and just by hand, I'm just going to try to take a little bit of that high spot down off the rim, acting like a bit of a deburring tool. And we're just going to do this to the back of the rim so that that tap, when we hit it with the M6, has got a little bit more of a straighter entry. The magnesium's mega soft, so you can do this by hand. I wouldn't recommend hitting it with the drill, the battery drill, because it'll probably grab and you can take out all the wheel and there's nothing there left to tap. The next step, you're going to need a M6x1 tap, and I like to do this one with using the battery drill just so that I can run that tap through the soft magnesium nice and easy. Like I said earlier, a little bit of multi-purpose or WD-40 on those taps for tapping holes in soft materials. Okay, so now it's just a matter of grabbing the drill bit and holding the wheel firm, and we're just going to push the tap right through the wheel. Bang, new thread done. Nice and simple. Get yourself a bit of brake cleaner and wash out any of the old swarf from the tapping and the WD-40. Now your brand new little oversized bead lock screws come with little O-rings. Now these are M6, so they're going to screw straight in. You can buy these from Cartmaster, they're in the USA. And we're going to leave a link in the description below so you can get some of those online. Like we did earlier, we're just going to put a little bit of rubber grease on the new screw. Down on that O-ring. So now we're ready to screw in that new bead lock screw, and we're ready to hit the track. Alright guys, there you have it. That's 3 ways you can repair your bead lock screw threads on your wheels if they get damaged at the track. If you found the video helpful, give the video a like, share, and you can subscribe if you haven't already and turn on those pesky notifications. If you haven't had enough of us here at the House of Power, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Power Republic. You can go to our amazing website, www.powerrepublic.com.au, and get yourself a t-shirt or something else super rad. See you in the next video.